Hey, welcome back to my channel, On the Road with Susan. And today we finally have some gorgeous weather and I'm not filled with 1,000 things to do today. So we are headed out on an adventure. Now, last year I tried to see some covered bridges here in Pennsylvania. As you know, Pennsylvania has more covered bridges than any other state in the country. So we have a lot to see. Now, last year I covered Washington County, which was 23 bridges out of 239, I think it is. And so today we're going to knock out about 8 more bridges. So today we're headed out to Greene County to see about 8 more bridges. So let's get going and enjoy this weather. Our first covered bridge is about an hour away from my house. It's in Waynesburg, PA, and I don't want to drive and film too much because there's too many crazies out here and I gotta pay attention. So Washington County, we're going to Greene County, but Greene County has on their website, they have a great driving tour. So you just go on that website, you find the covered bridges, you click on the app, there's a link there, and it will give you the Google map to follow the whole way. Now they do also indicate Google isn't always the best because it wants to take you the fastest route, not necessarily the best route. So they've given you some alternative routing to take at 2 different locations. Because some of these back roads are pretty bad and you don't want to take them. So just be aware of that. There's also, if you're unaware, Washington County and Greene County collaborate and they do a covered bridge festival. I believe it is in July, but don't hold me to that. I have to reconfirm that. But I will put a link to everything in the description below to the Washington as well as Greene County and the Covered Bridge Festival.
Car on shoulder ahead.
I'll get back to you when we get to our first bridge. Okay, we made it to our first bridge. This is actually the White Bridge. Thank God it's painted white. I would hate to have called it the White Bridge if it was painted red. But this bridge wasn't too hard to get to. Straight down 79, off of there, just about a couple miles right off of the main road. And the road to get back into this bridge is very easy, all well paved. And as you can see, this is a vehicle bridge. You can drive on this bridge. This one is the largest or the longest in Greene County. It's 70 feet long. It has been on the National Registry and it's a Queen's Trust. And let's see here. Oh, this is, and I'm going to slaughter this name. I think this is the Wheatley Creek or the Whiteley Creek, something close to that. I'm terrible at pronunciations, but as you can see, it has stone abutments. I'll take you up a little bit closer and we'll take a look at this bridge. It's in really nice condition. Of course, all these bridges down here in this area have been well maintained. So let me just show you a little bit more about this bridge. It was placed on the National Registry clear back in 1979. It has stone abutments, and I would think those are the originals. We come down here, easy to see all aspects of this bridge. Very nice to show you area to get down to the creek, as well as so you can see the underlay of the bridge. And there's the creek down there. Not moving very fast, that's for sure, but look at those. You can see all of that. You have to see this tree. It looks to me like it's a sycamore, I'm gonna say. I'm not really sure. I'm not that versed on my trees, but check that thing out. I'm gonna have to see if I can find a little bit more information about that. So you can see it's a Queen's truss, how it goes up and over. And we have reinforced floorboards for the traffic. Very nice condition. Oh, looky here. Oh, this is for the Covered Bridge Festival I mentioned earlier. Oh, it is in September. Okay, so September, the third weekend in September. And this bridge definitely will have a festival. They've got plenty of space to do that in. It's up in there. One of the things I forgot to mention was when this bridge was built. It was built in 1919, and I'm not sure who built it, but we are ready to head on to our second bridge. Let's go. You can definitely tell we are in coal country. They are strip mining the mountaintops, and this chute goes all the way around. I can't show it to you, but this is iron energy. People think West Virginia only has coal mines. Well, Pennsylvania has them too. We are in the southern west section of Pennsylvania, butted up against West Virginia. So we have a lot of coal mines here as well in this lower section of Pennsylvania. But I just think that's interesting. Need some coal for your stockings? There we go. You just never know when you're going to find a traffic jam. Even on these country windy roads, we have traffic jams. We're trying to move a construction office to a new location apparently, and it's a slow going. Okay, after a lot of driving, a traffic jam, I made it to my second location, which is the King's Covered Bridge. Now, this bridge is, it's a dark color. I don't know how to explain it, but let me show you this bridge. This bridge has a rustic appearance, and I kind of like that. Unlike the painted white bridge that I visited early, the King's Covered Bridge is covered with unpainted, random width vertical boards. Uneven boards and weathered wood gives it a really good character. The bridge is at Queen's Post, and it is 56 feet long. It was built in 1890. I'm not sure who built it. The narrow opening beneath the roof allows the light and the air to enter the bridge. It was also restored in 2004, and it was reinforced with 5 steel beams underneath. As you can see, it's a vehicular as well as a pedestrian bridge. It's very rural out here, so you have to go a good bit to get out here to find it. My next stop was the Shriver Covered Bridge. Like the King's Bridge, the Shriver Bridge has unpainted, random width vertical siding, and the boards cover both sides and the entrance portals, giving the bridge a simple yet traditional appearance. It has a tin covered gable roof and wood deck to make it a crisscross planking. This bridge is 46 feet long, and it was built in the 1900s, but it was reconstructed again in 2013. One thing to keep in mind is, as you can see, it is surrounded by private farming property, and the farmers don't like it too well when you park. So I had to park in the middle of the street in order to get any kind of video footage of this particular bridge. On to the next. Hey, I was really surprised when I stumbled upon this mail pouch barn. I have been searching for these barns for the last several months and haven't had any luck. And lo and behold, this one popped just out of nowhere. I will definitely, when I find more barns, bring you the whole story about the history of the mail pouch barns. But on to the next bridge. Okay, I've made it to the Scott's Covered Bridge. There is really nowhere to pull off for this bridge, so let me show it to you really quick. The Scott's Covered Bridge is just like the King's Bridge as well as the Shriver Bridge. It is a unpainted vertical board, has a sheet metal roof and crisscross plank deck and cut stone abutments. This bridge is 48 feet long. It's a Queen's Post Truss, and it was built back in 1885 by a William Lang. The thing that really distinguishes this bridge from the others are these cutout windows in the middle of the bridge. Now we're headed on to the Nettie Woods Covered Bridge. Sometimes this requires a little bit of attention because the official tourism route warned that some of the navigational apps send drivers down closed roads. So you want to pay close attention to this one. You could get really lost out here in this countryside. So we finally made it to the Nettie Woods Covered Bridge. It's the oldest surviving covered bridge in Greene County. Now, it was named after Edwin or Ned or Neddy Wood, a Civil War veteran who owned the land where the bridge was constructed. This bridge is like some of the other ones. It's unpainted with vertical plank sidings, a gable roof covered with corrugated sheet metal, and abutments that were made from cut stone blocks. It was built in 1882 by Lisbon Scott. It's 45 feet long. It's a Queen's Post Truss, and it was rehabilitated back in 2005, reinforced with like 6 steel beams underneath. So this one is quite a unique bridge because it is so old. So take a look. At first glance, this little white bridge looked like something that belonged on a postcard, but the Cox Farm Bridge, or known as the Lipton Cock Covered Bridge, is the shortest bridge in Greene County. It's only 32 feet long. It was constructed in 1943 during World War II, making it the youngest of the all the other bridges here that we visited today. Because steel was short back in that time when the war was going on, wood was used to construct the bridge. And this is a King's Post Truss design, horizontal wooden siding, sheet metal roof. One of the interesting things about this bridge is it is just simply practical appearance. It was a job to do, and more than 80 years later, it's still important part of Greene County history. This bridge was restored back in 2013. Deterioration, wood, deteriorating wood was replaced, and the steel beams were installed underneath to help it continue to carry traffic. Pretty nice little bridge. Okay, I've made it to another bridge. This is the Carmichael Bridge. Um, this little town of Carmichael is really interesting. There's a lot of history here. This little building right over here is from the 1700s, and it was the first grist mill in this area. And I'll show that to you in a minute after I show you this bridge. But we are at, I guess I'll have to. So we are at the Carmichael Bridge, and it's a really nice area. I thought the Bridge Festival was supposed to be at this location too. I don't know where exactly. So let me show you this bridge. Okay, this bridge, as you can see from the sign, it was built in 1889. It's a Queen's Post Truss design, and it is 64 feet long. Nice size. It features vertical board and batten sidings, a gable roof covered with raised seam tin, and stone and mortar abutments that have been reinforced with concrete. The Carmichael Bridge was rehabilitated back in 1998, helping it preserve it for its future generations. As you can see, houses are on this other side, so this bridge is used a lot during the day. And I was right. This destination, or this bridge, is a part of the Washington and Greene County Covered Bridge Festival that is taking place in September, and it has been a part of that festival since the 1970s. I think the whole entire town is engulfed into the festival, so that's where all the booths and everything would be right in the main drag. So this little town, or this bridge here, I really like because it is right in the middle of town. It's a part of this community here. And there's all these private homes surrounding it. And there's so much history in this Carmichael town that I'm going to definitely have to come back and do more research and give you a more in depth view of this little town of Carmichael. Very interesting. Well, this is the end for me. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me as I visited all these 7 covered bridges in Greene County. And now I want to hear from you. Which of these 7 bridges was your favorite? I kind of have a hard time choosing which one, but I think this Carmichael one is the one that I like the most. I like how it's integrated great into the town. But let me know your favorites in the comments. And if you enjoy the covered bridges and all the historical things that I dig up and the small town and road trips across America, give this video a thumbs up and help me promote this channel of mine. And you can also visit me on ontheroadwithsusan.com for more stories and read all my blogs and find out some other interesting information. So until our next venture, safe travels, take in the scenic route, and keep on exploring. Until next time.